Hi, my dear friends. In the redox reactions, part second of 11th class chemistry, we have to study this year three parts. They are meaning, types, and how to balance a redox reaction. In our previous session, we studied how to balance a redox reaction by two methods, namely oxidation number method and half reaction method. That too in basic medium as well as in the acidic medium. So kindly go through and practice a few more examples so that steps becomes very easy. Right. Now, one more point is the first three chapters of second part, redox reactions, hydrogen, and the S block elements, they are called small chapters. Okay. So they carry less weightage as per the CBSE. So we are discussing those three chapters now. In that one chapter already completed yesterday or in our previous discussion. Now today onwards we start a new chapter which is also very simple and mini, and that chapter name is what already you can see on the slide. Its name is hydrogen, the first element on the modern periodic table, the first element of our universe, which is highly useful. Therefore, let us have a brief idea about hydrogen. Okay, so I welcome you all for the today's session on the chapter hydrogen, where we are going to study preparation, properties, uses of hydrogen, as well as we have to study the second part of hydrogen, that is water, its main compound of hydrogen, its main compound with water, sorry, its main compound with the oxygen, popularly known as water, what we are taking every day, second essence of our life. So that part we have to discuss. Only these two parts are there for the 11th class. So let us start today's session on hydrogen. A small caption from Rajnikant just to kick off our session. I am like a hydrogen balloon. Even if you put me down, I would fly high. That shows here one way is what it is explaining the property of hydrogen, and the second is what though you want to put me down, but still I want to fly high. So under strong conditions, difficulties, situations, I want to be very high. I don't want to run away from the problems. So I will always keep my spirit high, and I'll keep high. That is the idea behind this caption. That's why. So keep thinking on this with a variety of what in different angles. So that's why just a food for what you are. It is a thought for you to think. So under different headings you can think. Okay, right. Now let us come to the main point about the hydrogen. Okay, so this is about the hydrogen. So before that, this is very important. It is the simplest element, first member, atomic number 1 with one proton, one neutron, sorry, one electron, but no neutron. The most plentiful gas in the universe, because in the universe we are a part of solar system. Okay, so sun is made up of completely this hydrogen gas. Therefore, like that, many stars are there. So that's why he want to say that it is the most plentiful gas in the universe. Never occurs by itself in nature because it is highly reactive. Single H, atomic H, is very difficult to exist because it is highly unstable. Therefore, always combines with other elements such as oxygen and carbon. So hydrogen wants to prefer in the combined state because of stability. So therefore, it prefers either with oxygen or with carbon or with any other elements so that it is most comfortable and stability is achieved. Okay, so other part you go through the history part. Okay, right. Now please see. So on hydrogen, many scientists worked, starting from Robert Boyle, Cavendish, okay, and at the end Anton Lavoisier. All those they worked in this field, ultimately hydrogen is named, hydrogen is brought to the picture of for the mankind, and today we are using hydrogen in the free form as well as in the combined form. Now, position of hydrogen in periodic table. Okay, hydrogen till now it is not fully justified its position on the modern periodic table because its atomic number is 1. If one electron is lost, it becomes H plus proton. Okay, or if one electron is accepted, it becomes what, like helium, right? So therefore it can become H plus ion as well as H minus ion. It is ready to accept also, it is ready to lose also. That's why both possibilities are on. So we have to keep whether, if you thinking in terms of donating one electron, if I place here, it will, there are certain properties where it will show on p block area or the along with the helium gas, other one. Or if I place where on the right side, then it will lose electron. So its position is not fully justified. Okay, that's why now all the scientists, they have come to the conclusion and they have decided that let us not place either towards extreme left side or towards the extreme right side. So let us place here in the middle, so that it is it is showing both the properties. Therefore, it can be placed either here or here. That is the meaning. Okay, that's why it is called as the compromise position. Let's come to the compromise now. Let us not discuss or let us not say that this is in the left only or right only. So this is called compromise place for hydrogen, which is exactly in the middle between extreme left and the extreme right. So positioned by resemblance to alkali metals, because some of the properties of hydrogen are resembling with the alkali metals, and some of the properties are resembling the halogens. Therefore, this is called compromise position. So as of now, but in some periodic table, it is placed on above the helium on the extreme left side along with alkali metals, and in some you find here. Therefore, as of now, we are placing here. So till now, the position of hydrogen is not justified. So it is just to what, come to the conclusion or comfortable position for the hydrogen. Same thing he has explained here. Okay, regarding size, everything is explained, because H plus is extremely small, highly unstable. Okay, H minus is slightly little bigger, so there it can survive for a short few seconds. But H plus is, once you remove the electron, it is almost proton only. It is proton only. So proton is highly reactive. So H plus is highly reactive. Therefore, it won't stay. So always it stays in the combined state that you want to explain. Now, where all it occurs? Hydrogen. Why it is called as dihydrogen? Because it is written as H2, dihydrogen, dioxygen, O2. But in our everyday discussion, we use hydrogen. Okay, but correct name is what? Dihydrogen. But we are using it as a, we say it as a hydrogen. Both are accepted, right? Okay. So where all it occurs, hydrogen. Let us understand. Dihydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe. Just now we discussed. Okay. So, and is the principal element in the solar atmosphere. So it is because of the hydrogen converting to the other forms, we are getting enormous amount of energy. So this all we study under the chapter nuclear fusion. Okay. So there enormous amount of energy given out. That's why sun always keeps giving the energy. Twinkle twinkle little star. All stars shines. It is because of the conversion of continuous conversion of hydrogen to the other forms. Thereby enormous amount of energy is given out. Who is controlling the complete solar system? Okay, right. The giant planets Jupiter and Saturn consist mostly of hydrogen. However, due to its light nature, it is much less abundant in the Earth's atmosphere. Of course, in the combined form, it constitutes 15.4% of the Earth's crust and the ocean. So, why life exists on the planet Earth? It is because there are some favorable conditions for the life. Okay, water and all those carbon dioxide and hydrogen. Okay, other elements. How much is required for the life that is given by the nature in the planet Earth? That's why only Earth has the life. So life exists on Earth because of some favorable conditions. But in on other planets, such conditions are not there. Therefore, life is not there. That you want to convey why percentage of hydrogen is this much only. So that is allowed by the nature, given by the nature. It is the nature's greatest gift to the mankind. So from single cell to the multiple, multiple to the mega, mega to the macro, what we are today. Okay. In the combined form, besides in water, it occurs in plant and animal tissues, carbohydrates, proteins, hydrates, including hydrocarbons and many other compounds. That means, though the percentage of hydrogen in the free form is very less on Earth, but it is available in the combined state. The best friend of hydrogen is oxygen, H2O. So, nearly three-fourths of our Earth is made up of what? Water in the form of what? Hydrogen in the form of water. Natural gas is there. Hydrocarbons are there. Petroleum source is there. So in all these area, hydrogen occurs in the combined state. Not only here, even in the plants also, carbohydrates are there, proteins are there, vitamins are there. So in all these area, hydrogen occurs in the combined state. So hydrogen occurs abundantly in the combined state, rarely in the free state. So this already you know very well. Isotopes are the species of the same element having same atomic number but different mass number, and different mass number is because of a different neutron number in their respective nuclei. This we learnt in the ninth class. Okay. Excuse me. So same thing is repeated here. So definition of isotope, it is because of a neutron, right? So chemically they are same because atomic number is same, electron number is same. So when the electron number is same, structure is same, that electronic structure, so definitely they show the same chemical properties, but due to difference in the neutron number, physically here and there they may be different, but otherwise chemically all are same. See, so because we are in the hydrogen chapter, so let us understand what are the isotopes of hydrogen. So hydrogen occurs mainly in the three forms. One is prosium, deuterium, tritium. Okay, so percentage of occurrence of this is maximum more than 95%. Remaining these two are, this is little hardly 1%. This is very much less. Okay, so in we say it is a trace amount. Okay, so these three are the isotopic forms of hydrogen. So because it is maximum, so prosium is also called as what? Hydrogen. So hydrogen means what? It is the prosium only main main isotope of the hydrogen. Deuterium, okay, little less percent, it is hardly or in trace amount. Okay, but this is radioactive because in the nucleus proton neutron ratio is not happy for the normal conditions. So that's why slightly the nucleus of hydrogen is, especially tritium, is unstable. So it is radioactive. And what happens to the radioactive hydrogen we learn under the separate chapter nuclear chemistry in the higher class. Okay, right. So please compare. This is a chart. You can compare the properties of hydrogen, deuterium, and the tritium. Okay. So one point, only one point here we have to highlight the occurrence. See, the hydrogen, prosium occurs 99.985. See, very close to 100% hydrogen only. Okay, this is 0.0156, 10 to the power minus 15%, which is very, very, very meager amount. Therefore, we see it as a in trace. Okay, right. Now let us go to the preparation part of hydrogen. So hydrogen is prepared in the laboratory as well as in the industry. So in the laboratory, it is called in the small scale, whereas in the industry, it is called commercial way of preparing, or in large scale, we prepare hydrogen for some other what industrial applications. Okay, so one by one we learn. First is how or how it is prepared in the laboratory. To prepare hydrogen in the laboratory, the best combination is action of metal with acid. Okay, because acids contain hydrogen and metals which are more reactive than hydrogen. If those metals are made to react, definitely hydrogen is displaced. So keeping this principle in the mind, we are preparing hydrogen. Okay, so among all the metals, the most friendly metal is what? It is zinc. In that zinc, it is called as the granulated zinc. Okay, means it is some kind of a small curves are there. So it is like some soft metal. Because why zinc is most friendly? It is not so close to the hydrogen and not far away from the hydrogen. Okay, and granulated zinc means what? It contains some amount of copper as impurity, but this impurity becomes plus point for the preparation of hydrogen, because this impure copper acts as a catalyst, so which will enhance the rate of reaction, speed of reaction. Okay, therefore we prefer granulated zinc for the preparation of hydrogen. So when the zinc is made to react with acid, either with HCl or with HNO3, sorry, it's H2SO4, it is best. HNO3 is not preferred because it is very strong oxidizing agent. The formed H will convert into water. That is the problem. Therefore, so we avoid. Otherwise, with HCl and with H2SO4, we can aram prepare hydrogen in the laboratory. So this is the apparatus. We take zinc and the acid in this flask. So when both are mixed, hydrogen gases comes out. This is called delivery tube. Okay, so through this delivery tube, gas comes, right, and it is collected by the downward displacement of water. So if the gas is heavier than air, it is collected by the upward displacement of air. If the gas is lighter than air, then it is very difficult to collect by the upward displacement of air, because it is lighter. So light hydrogen or light gas will not displace the heavy air. Therefore, to remove the air, so first we fill the gas jar with water. So air is removed, then it is made inverted, kept in the trough like this. Okay, then when the gas comes here, automatically gas will go and water comes out in the trough. And this is the way we collect the gas in the laboratory, by the downward displacement of water, if the gas is lighter than air. Okay, so this is the way they collect, and this is the reaction for the preparation of hydrogen. You can prepare hydrogen even by using the strong alkali also. Okay, same reaction, salt plus hydrogen. Here also sodium zincate, salt plus hydrogen. So hydrogen gas comes out, that you can collect it in the gas jar and use it for the different purposes. Hmm? Okay, now commercial way, industry how it is prepared. It is prepared by the electrolysis of acidified water using platinum electrodes. Okay, that gives you hydrogen, because nearly 70% of our earth is covered with water, so cheaply available. So you take the water. Okay, pure water is bad conductor, so to conduct electricity, we go for a little addition of some electrolytes or little acid or base, so that it becomes electrolyte, then we to conduct electricity. So H2O breaks into H plus ion and OH minus ion. So being H plus positive ion, it goes towards the negative electrode, and OH minus ion being negative goes towards the positive electrode, and thereby loss and gain of electron take place. On the one side electronic loss, and the other side electronic gain is there. So totally electronic loss and gain is balanced, and we collect hydrogen where H plus. So cathode is negative. On the cathode we collect the H2 gas, and that is collected and the used for the different purposes. This is one method, that is by the electrolysis of water. Second is, this is also prepared by the electrolysis of what? Barium hydroxide. Okay, so BaOH twice is electrolyzed in the same way how we electrolyze the water. So Ba plus OH minus separates in the at the same time H2O, which is there, which we use for the preparation of barium hydroxide, that also dissociates into H plus and OH minus ion. So H plus Ba plus they go towards the cathode, whereas OH minus and from the barium hydroxide, one more OH minus, together total OH minus, they go towards the positive electrode, thereby depend upon their strength to lose and gain, they convert into respective neutral species. Okay, so in this way This equation is not there for you. It is having a special mechanism. So let us only just have an idea that hydrogen is also prepared. How we are prepared by the electrolysis of water. In the same way, we prepare hydrogen by the electrolysis of barium hydroxide solution prepared in the water. Okay. Now this already we learnt. Okay, how it is prepared by the NaCl, where we learnt in the 10th class. Okay, some important compounds of sodium. Okay, so there NaCl with water is called as what? Brine. That a brine is electrolyzed. So when the brine is electrolyzed, so 2 NaCl plus 2H2O gives Cl2H2 and 2 NaOH. So this is together called as what? 2 NaOH, right? So this is arrow mark I should place here. So please take the arrow mark here. Okay. So not only hydrogen is prepared here, along with hydrogen, chlorine also prepared, sodium hydroxide is also prepared. So these two are also equally important from industry point of view. Okay, that's why this method is very famously called as what? Chlor-alkali method. Chlor-alkali is prepared along with hydrogen. Therefore, this is called what? Chlor-alkali process for the preparation of hydrogen using brine. What is brine? Brine is aqueous solution of sodium chloride. That is called as what? Brine. So when the brine is electrolyzed, we get hydrogen along with the chlorine and the sodium hydroxide. All three are industrially very useful. Right. Now this is one more. When we pass steam on the hydrocarbons, okay, so we get carbon monoxide and hydrogen. So this you separate it, okay. So after separation, hydrogen collects and this you throw it or give to some other where it is useful in the form of carbon dioxide, okay, right. So this is the general chemical equation for the alkanes, okay. Alkanes with steam gives carbon monoxide and hydrogen, okay. So this is general equation. This is the particular equation for the only methane. In the same way, you can take ethane and propane and so on. In this way, this is the general formula. Now, here we have seen in the previous equation the mixture of CO and H2. Okay, that mixture is called as what? Synthesis gas, or in short, it is called as what? Syngas. So why it is called syngas? Because this mixture is used to prepare or to synthesize some other chemicals, especially organic chemicals. Therefore, this mixture is there no CO and H2 combination. This mixture is called as what? Synthesis gas or syngas. So that we will learn here. Synthesis gas is generally considered to be a variable mixture of CO and H2 in different proportion, but it is the mixture of CO and H2. Whether it is 1:2, 1:3, 2:3, that is not the problem here. The variable mixture, variable concentration of CO and H2, that mixture is called as what? Synthesis gas or syngas, which is used to prepare some other organic compounds just now I said. These there are cases where CO is not needed, and these specific cases are so labeled like ammonia synthesis gas. Means what? This is the combination of nitrogen and hydrogen used to synthesize ammonia. Therefore, it is called what? Ammonia synthesis. And this is what? Hydrogenation of coal. So when the coal is under treated with the hydrogen, so coal plus H2, that mixture is called as what? Again syngas, but it is called hydrogenation syngas with the coal. But what you want to say here, note that all synthesis gases contain hydrogen. Either hydrogen is clubbed with nitrogen or coal or with carbon monoxide or with someone. Okay, so if hydrogen is clubbed with some made mixture, that is called synthesis gas or syngas, which is used to prepare different chemicals. This is ammonia synthesis gas because this mixture is used to prepare ammonia. That's why it is called ammonia synthesis gas. Okay, right. Now again, once again regarding the syngas. The mixture of CO and H2 is called syngas or synthesis gas. Nowadays, syngas is produced from sewage, sawdust, scrap wood because all those contains carbohydrates, variety of other chemicals are there. So from that hydrogen comes out. So we prepare syngas. Okay. So newspaper waste, right? All those we prepare syngas. The process of producing syngas from coal is called coal gasification. Now, if you prepare syngas by passing the steam on the what coal, that is called what? Coal gasification. So coal is gasified, coal is steamed, that is called coal gasification. And here once again we get what? Syngas, synthesis gas. Okay, mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen syngas. But the production of hydrogen by reacting carbon monoxide of syngas mixtures with steam in the presence of iron chromate as catalyst is called water gas shift reaction. That means from this mixture collect a CO and to that you pass steam under the suitable condition. Again you can increase the percentage of production of what? Hydrogen. That is called what? Water gas shift reaction. That means we are shifting the what? Production of hydrogen more by passing the carbon monoxide of syngas over the steam. That is called what? Water gas shift reaction. This is the water gas shift reaction. So CO2 is removed by scrubbing with sodium arsenate solution. That means what? When the CO2 is passed in the sodium arsenate has the ability to take the CO2 leaving behind hydrogen and it is collected. So after preparation, we'll go to the properties now. Smallest chemical element, okay. Lightest element, hydrogen is very light, that's why it is less dense than air. And hydrogen is the most abundant chemical substance in the universe, already we learnt. Especially stars, okay, they contain a surplus amount of hydrogen. Hydrogen is a non-toxic, non-metallic, odorless, tasteless, colorless and highly combustible, highly reactive. 150 kilojoules energy compared to the any other combustible material. Okay. Hydrogen gas is made up of two atoms of hydrogen. Therefore, it is written as H2 name and it is how it is told as what? Dihydrogen, or in everyday life we say it as a hydrogen, simply hydrogen. So hydrogen is also prevalent on earth in the form of chemical compounds such as hydrocarbons, waters, already we learnt. Okay. Now hydrogen with halogen. Okay, when the hydrogen reacts with halogen, what is expected? Hydrogen halide. Hydrogen halide. All these are called hydrogen halide. Among the four hydrogen halides, very fast is this one and very slow is this one. It is so slow that when the HI forms, it once again decompose and gives, and again react, give, again decompose. Time will come where so formation of HI becomes equal to the decomposition of HI and equilibrium is set, and this is called chemical equilibrium because it is very slow reaction. That's why. Otherwise, very fast, fast, slow, and very slow attains the equilibrium. So, if you want HI, what you have to do, whenever HI forms, immediately take out HI, make the what reaction to proceed in the left to right direction only. So this we learn in the chemical equilibrium chapter. So timing you hold that because this is the reversible. So collection becomes little difficulty. So special conditions are required. Then only we can collect the HI. Otherwise, here you can collect HF, HCl, HBr. Aram say. Only thing is because of the reactivity of the fluorine, it is very fast. Okay, right. Now hydrogen with water, best friend. Okay, sorry, hydrogen with oxygen, best friend. So water. So hydrogen plus oxygen gives water. So to form 1 mole of water, okay, energy evolved is minus 286 kilojoules, whereas same energy is required to form 1 mole of water. So both are equal here. That is he want to show here. So to decompose, 286 kilojoules required. When it forms, same amount of energy is given out. Now the reaction between nitrogen and hydrogen. Nitrogen reacts with nitrogen. So what we get? Hydride. So this hydride is what? Ammonia. Hydride of nitrogen. Okay, or nitrogen hydride. In commonly called as what? Ammonia. So when hydrogen reacts with nitrogen under suitable conditions, we get what? Ammonia. And this is the same reaction we used by the Fritz Haber to prepare the ammonia on the large scale in the industry. So using the same reaction, ammonia is prepared in the industry. That's why I gave you this actually there for the 12th class. Just have an idea. But this is for 11th class. This is for the 12th class. Now hydrogen with metal, hydrogen, sodium hydride, potassium hydride, zinc hydride. Any metal with hydrogen gives respective or the corresponding hydrides, and they are solids. So that means hydrides plays very important role. Why? We can't store hydrogen gas because it is very unsafe, it is highly reactive. But hydrogen can be stored by reacting to the metal. When the hydrogen reacts with metal, it converts into what? Metallic hydride, which is easy to store. So when we want hydrogen, let's decompose once again metallic hydride. So hydrogen is stored in the form of hydride. So this reaction is very important from the industry point of view. This is called bank of hydrogen. Hydrides are what? Hydrides are bank of hydrogen. Whenever they want, they decompose and use the hydrogen. Now, same reaction is continued here. Okay, metal with hydrogen, metallic hydride. Now, these are some other important properties or reactions of hydrogen which are useful in our day-to-day life. One is what? Vanaspati, what this vegetable oil. Okay, they contain double bonds. Okay, vegetable oils are unsaturated hydrocarbons which contain double bonds. Okay, so we will convert into saturated oil, which is called as a ghee or dalda, popularly called as what, dalda in the market. So this dalda is prepared by passing hydrogen gas on vegetable oil. Okay, under the what catalyst nickel and 473 Kelvin temperature. So when hydrogen is passed over vegetable oil, it converts into what? Vanaspati ghee known as dalda. This is used to prepare some sweets in the market. Okay, right. Now, yes, in the same way, converting the unsaturation to the saturation, alkene to alkane, alkyne to alkene to alkane. Okay, this all we learnt in the hydrocarbon chapter or in the organic chemistry. So one more use of hydrogen is used in the hydroformylation reaction. What is the hydroformylation reaction? Hydroformylation reaction is what? Formal is what? Formal is aldehyde group. Okay, so to create CHO, to make CHO, to prepare CHO means what is CHO? Aldehyde. So to prepare aldehyde or to prepare carbonyl group in the aldehyde, we use this group. Okay, so creating the formal group, creating the aldehyde group. So we use hydrogen as one of the what reactants to prepare some other chemicals. Okay, therefore this is called what? Hydroformylation reaction. So here is the alkene or the olefins. Okay, looks like oil. So syngas, see here, use of syngas. Syngas on alkene becomes the aldehyde. Okay, so this much when you learn, extra part we learn in the higher class. So hydroformylation means what? Preparation of the aldehydes by using the syngas, and in the syngas, hydrogen is the one of the components. Okay, right. Now these are many use of hydrogen. Okay, so to prepare water, to prepare hydride, okay, for the adventure activities like in the balloon, that this, so many uses of as a fuel cell. So hydrogen is used to prepare the fuel cell along with the oxygen. So they are in what already in the practice. So in future, fuel cells will come in the market. Okay, right. So please go through all these. Now, this is called salient features of hydrogen energy. Now, one more thought process is there. When the hydrogen is highly reactive, when it can give large amount of energy, why can't we use it as a fuel? We can, no problem. Only two problems we face with hydrogen is what? Storage and safety. So if you make a plan in storing hydrogen and in going for the safety precautions, definitely we can use hydrogen as a fuel. That only want to highlight here. And in be ready for the car which runs on the hydrogen. Only thing is slightly we have to modify the mechanical part of the engine. Till now we are using only petrol or the diesel or CNG also allowed, LPG also allowed, but hydrogen is very highly reactive, very difficult to store. Special kind of cryogenic apparatus are required. So that's why all those mechanical adjustments are required from the mechanical engineering. So if it is done, no doubt, hydrogen is the best clean fuel for the vehicles, because when the hydrogen is burnt, it gives water as a byproduct, which is non-polluting, least polluting. Therefore, research work is going on. I think we will be successful in getting the hydrogen as a fuel for the vehicles. Okay, all these are there. Kindly go through. Okay, this is called what? Hydrogen economy. So economy of the country is controlled by using hydrogen as a fuel for the transportation, especially in the automobiles. That is what is known as what? Hydrogen economy, because transportation plays very important role nowadays. Okay, so where there is a transportation, there is a progress, there is a civilization, and we can go for many plans and the projects and assignments. Therefore, scientists are thinking for the vehicles hydrogen as a fuel in future soon. Thank you, my dear boys.